I can't believe this day is finally here, I whispered under my breath, my palms sweating as I stood at the altar. My heart thundered as the music swelled, every eye fixed on me. This is it. This is happiness. Daniel, my best man, nudged me. Relax, man. You look like you're about to pass out. I laughed nervously. I just want it to be perfect. The doors opened. Alina walked in, radiant in her gown. For a moment, my chest ached with joy, but then her eyes slid past me. She kept walking straight toward Adrian. My smile froze. Wait, my voice cracked, barely audible. What is she gasps, rippled through the crowd. My mother's voice hissed from the front row, sharp as a blade. What disgrace is this? Adrian stepped forward, smirking. Guess the bride had second thoughts, brother. My stomach dropped. Alina, I called, desperation coding every syllable. What are you doing? She wouldn't meet my eyes. I can't marry you, she said softly, yet the microphone carried her words like thunder. I'd choose Adrian. Laughter and whispers exploded among the guests. My father groaned, covering his face. You shame us all. Daniel grabbed my arm. Don't break down here. But how could I not? My fiancée, the woman I trusted, had just left me for my own brother. My throat tightened until breathing felt impossible. Why? I demanded, my voice trembling. After everything, why him? Adrian's grin widened. Because she finally realized who the better man is. Up. I roared, fists trembling. Alina, look at me. Tell me this isn't real. Her lips parted, but no sound came. Tears glimmered in her eyes. Then she turned, holding Adrian's hand. The priest hesitated, bewildered, but Adrian gestured arrogantly. Continue the vows. No, I whispered. This can't be happening, the guests whispered louder, voices slicing through me like knives. Pathetic, abandoned, humiliated. Every word burned. Adrian cleared his throat proudly. Go on, Alina. Say it. Say you choose me. Her hands shook as she lifted the paper. Her voice wavered. I vow to honor, she coughed, stumbling. To cherish something was wrong. Her face paled, her body trembling violently. Gasps filled the hall as she swayed on her feet. Alina? I shouted, instinct overriding pain. What's happening? Her knees buckled. The microphone screeched as it fell. Adrian reached for her, but she collapsed before he could. The entire hall erupted in chaos. I pushed past him, catching her head gently before it hit the ground. Alina, stay with me. My voice cracked with panic. Someone, call an ambulance. Her lips quivered. I leaned closer, desperate for her words. And then, barely audible, carried on a dying breath, she whispered, Your name. I froze. My heart skipped. What? Say it again? But her eyes fluttered shut. Paramedics rushed in, pulling her from my arms. Adrian shoved me back, his voice sharp. Stay away. She's mine now. I staggered, my hands trembling, my chest hollow. My mother's glare seared into me. Enough humiliation, leave. Couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. The world blurred as they carried her out. All I could hear, echoing endlessly, was that faint whisper. Not Adrian's name, mine. I sat in my dark room, head in my hands, replaying every second of yesterday. The image of Alina falling, whispering my name, looped like torture. Daniel's voice broke through the silence over the phone. You haven't eaten, have you? I can't, I muttered. Every bite feels like swallowing glass. You can't let them destroy you. Adrian wants you broken. Don't give him the pleasure. He already won, I whispered. He took her at the altar. There was silence. Then Daniel sighed. Did he? She collapsed. She said your name, not his. I shut my eyes, pain clawing at me. And what does that mean? Was it regret? Was it guilt? Before he could answer, a knock rattled my door. My mother stepped in, her face sharp with disapproval. Still sulking? You embarrassed us in front of everyone. Clenched my fists. I was the one abandoned, not the one embarrassing you. You were a fool, she snapped. You should have seen through Elena's act long ago. Stop crying over her and act like a man. Enough, I said through gritted teeth. I don't need your lectures tonight. Her eyes narrowed. You think pain excuses weakness? You shame us with this display. She slammed the door as she left. I collapsed back onto the bed, shaking. Minutes later, my father entered, his voice calm but cutting. Your mother is harsh, but she's not wrong. Life is about moving on, not drowning in betrayal. I bit down on my rage. Would you be calm if Mom walked out on you for your brother? He didn't flinch. I would swallow the pain and rise stronger. Do the same. He left before I could reply. The silence returned. My chest tightened. Was I weak? Or was I simply human? By morning, Daniel dragged me to the hospital. You need to see the truth with your own eyes, he insisted. The antiseptic smell hit me the moment we walked in. My steps faltered as I approached Elena's room. Through the glass, I saw her lying pale on the bed. And there he was, Adrian sitting smugly by her side, her hand in his rage boiled in my blood. I pushed open the door. Get your hands off her. Adrian smirked, not moving. Relax, brother. She's mine now. You lost. Elena's eyes fluttered open weakly. She looked at me, then away. The knife twisted deeper. Tell him, I demanded, my voice trembling. Tell him you love him. Tell him I was nothing to you. Her lips trembled, but no words came. Adrian chuckled. See? She doesn't even have the strength to lie for you anymore. I took a step forward, fists clenched. You forced her into this, didn't you? Adrian leaned back casually. Forced? No. She made her choice. And now she belongs to me. Something inside me snapped. She whispered my name. I spat. Not yours. For a flicker, his smile faltered. But then he sneered. And yet she's lying here with me. That should tell you everything. Daniel grabbed my arm, pulling me back before I lunged. Not here. Not like this. I tore my gaze from Adrian, but the sight of him clutching Elena's hand burned into me like fire. As we left the hospital, Daniel muttered, He wants you to break. Don't give him that victory. I didn't answer. My mind was chaos rage, grief, confusion, colliding. Elena's silence haunted me. Did she regret it? Did she love him? Or was I just clinging to a dying echo of her whispered words? All I knew was this. The poison of betrayal was in my blood now, and it was eating me alive. I sat at the dining table that evening, silence hanging heavy. Adrian laughed loudly, his voice filling the room like he owned it. My father chuckled along, proud. My mother smiled at him as though he were the golden sun. I cleared my throat. So that's it? You all just accept this circus at the altar. My father shot me a glare. Don't start again. I was humiliated in front of everyone, I snapped. And he's sitting here gloating. Adrian leaned back casually. I didn't steal anything, brother. She chose me. She whispered my name. I fired back. Everyone heard it. My mother slammed her fork down. Enough. You embarrass yourself clinging to scraps of pity. She collapsed from nerves, nothing more. My hands shook. You don't believe me? You think I imagined it? Whether you imagined it or not, my father said coldly, it changes nothing. You lost. A man accepts loss with dignity. Adrian smirked. Exactly. Maybe learn something from me for once. I nearly rose from my seat, but a small voice spoke from across the table. He's right, Mia said softly. My sister's eyes met mine. Not Adrian, you? Love built on betrayal never lasts. My chest tightened. Mia, she continued, ignoring Adrian's scoff. You don't deserve this. Stop punishing yourself for her choice. Adrian laughed. Listen to her, brother. Even your little sister knows when to give up. I slammed my fist against the table. Shut your mouth. My father's voice thundered. That's enough. If you can't handle sitting here, leave. I rose, my chair scraping violently. Gladly. Mia started to follow, but I shook my head. Stay. Don't get dragged into this. I stormed upstairs, every step heavier than the last. Inside my room, I yanked open a drawer and pulled out the wedding album. Each smiling picture mocked me. I ripped one out, shredding it into pieces. Was it all a lie? I whispered. Photo after photo fell apart in my hands, till the floor was littered with fragments of what should have been my life. A knock came at my door. "It's me," Mia said softly. I wiped my eyes quickly. "Come in." She stepped inside, glancing at the torn pictures. "You don't have to do this to yourself." "I can't look at them," I muttered. "Every smile feels fake now." "Ashta." Mia sat beside me. "You still love her." How do I stop? How do I erase her when every moment screams her name? "Then don't erase her," she said gently. "But don't chain yourself to her either." She made her choice. She whispered my name. I said again, my voice breaking. "What does that mean? Why would she do that if she didn't?" "Maybe it means she regrets it," Mia said softly. "Maybe it means she's torn. But does it matter? You can't live your life waiting for someone who betrayed you." Her words cut deep because they were true. I whispered almost to myself, "I will not be broken. Not by her. Not by him." Mia touched my shoulder. "Then prove it." That night, lying in the dark, I repeated those words again and again. But no matter how many times I tried to bury it, Elena's faint whisper echoed in my head. My name spoken like a secret. And with it, a poison of doubt that refused to leave me. I was sitting at my desk when Mia slipped quietly into my room. She looked nervous, glancing toward the hallway before shutting the door. "What is it?" I asked. She reached into her pocket and pulled out a folded paper. "I found this." It was in Elena's bag. "I don't think you were meant to see it," and my heart pounded as I took it. "What is it, Mia?" "Read it," she whispered. I unfolded the letter. Elena's handwriting was shaky, uneven. "If I could choose freely, it would always be you." My chest tightened. What the hell does this mean?" Mia's voice was low. "I don't know, but she wrote it before the wedding." I stared at the words until they blurred. So she loved me but married him anyway. Why? Was she forced? Or is this just another game? Mia touched my arm. "Do you believe she'd write this if it wasn't real?" I clenched the letter in my fist. I need answers. The next day I walked into the hospital. My steps echoed in the hallway as I reached Elena's room. She looked fragile against the white sheets, her skin pale, her eyes avoiding mine. I held up the letter. "You wrote this." She flinched, but stayed silent. "Elena," I pressed, my voice shaking. "What does it mean?" "You said if you could choose, it would be me." "Then why did you stand there and marry him?" Her lips parted, but her voice was barely a whisper. "It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is," I demanded. "Tell me why you betrayed me." Her eyes filled with tears, but she turned her face away. I slammed the letter down on the table beside her. "Do you have any idea what you've done to me?" To us, the door swung open. Adrian strode in, smug as ever. "What the hell are you doing here?" I straightened, fury burning in my chest. "I'm talking to her." He moved quickly, wrapping his arm around her shoulders possessively. "She doesn't want to talk to you. Can't you see that?" Elena's hands trembled, her gaze fixed on the floor. "Answer me, Elena," I shouted, desperate. "Look at me. Was any of it real?" Adrian smirked. "Pathetic. You're clinging to scraps. She's mine now, and you're nothing but a shadow." I glared at him. She whispered my name at the altar, "Adrian, not yours." His jaw twitched, but his smirk never faded. And yet she chose me. Actions speak louder than dying whispers. I stepped closer, my fists trembling. "You forced her, didn't you? Tell me the truth." Green's eyes narrowed. "You always blame others because you can't accept the truth. You were never enough." Lena gasped softly. But when I turned to her, she wouldn't meet my eyes. "Say it, Elena," I begged. "Say I was never enough, if that's what you believe. Say it to my face." Her lips trembled. "I can't." The silence crushed me. Adrian tightened his grip on her, glaring at me like I was intruding. "Get out," he growled. "This is my space, not yours." I stared at Elena one last time. Her tears fell silently, but her mouth stayed shut. That silence was worse than any rejection. I walked out, my chest burning with rage. In the hallway, I gripped the letter so tightly it nearly tore. For the first time, hatred consumed me fully. Not just for Adrian, for the silence that chained Alina to him, and for the betrayal that left me drowning. Daniel slammed his hand on my desk. You're not going to sit here drowning in pity. You're going to stand up, fight, and show them you're more than their cast-off son. I rubbed my temples. You think I can just erase what happened? You didn't see the look in their eyes. The shame. Daniel leaned closer. So what? Let them choke on it. You've got brains, grit, and every reason to burn brighter than Adrian. Use the betrayal. Let it fuel you. His words struck deep. I clenched my fists. Fine, then I'll make them remember me not as the broken one, but as the one they underestimated. From that day, fire coursed through my veins. I hit the gym every morning, muscles screaming as I pushed harder. Daniel barked from across the weights. One more set. Come on, you're not weak, you're building armor. Sweat dripped down my face. I'm not stopping until he can't look down on me again. Good Daniel grinned. That's the spirit. Nights were no easier. I buried myself in work, negotiating deals until dawn. My phone buzzed constantly, meetings stacking one after another. Daniel smirked during one late-night call. You sound like a shark. That's how you crush him, by building what he can't destroy. I closed the laptop with a sigh of satisfaction. Every signature feels like another brick in the wall between me and their pity. But Adrian noticed at a family dinner. His smile was sharp. Busy these days, brother? Or are you just pretending to be important? I met his gaze calmly. You'll see soon enough whether I'm pretending. His jaw tightened. Careful. Not everything you touch turns to gold. Mia kicked me under the table, whispering, Ignore him. He's scared, smirked at her words, but Adrian's eyes burned with jealousy. The whispers began soon after rumors that his deals were collapsing. That he wasn't the flawless heir he pretended to be. Daniel laughed when he heard. The golden sunshine is cracking. Keep pressing. Still, when I lay awake at night, victory felt hollow. The letter haunted me. Alina's trembling words, if I could choose freely, it would always be you. I whispered into the darkness. Did you mean it, Alina? Or were you just breaking me twice over? Daniel noticed the shadows under my eyes. She's still in your head, isn't she? I sighed. I can't shake it. She looked at me with guilt, not hate. If she truly loved him, why would she write that? Because people lie, he snapped. Because she chose comfort over courage. Don't let her chain you. But what if she's trapped? I muttered. What if there's something I don't see? Daniel slammed his fist on the table. Then it's her problem, not yours. Focus on what you can control. I wanted to believe him, but Elena's voice lingered. Every rep at the gym, every late-night deal, every sharp word exchanged with Adrian and I carried her whisper with me. At a business gala, Adrian confronted me again. You're making noise, but noise fades. Don't forget who holds the real power. I smiled coldly. If you're so secure, why do you sound threatened? His smirk faltered for a fraction of a second. That was enough. Walking away, I felt the fire burn hotter. Betrayal had forged me into something stronger, something unbreakable. But the question clawed at me still. Was Alina a betrayer or a prisoner? Daniel shoved a folder across the table. His voice was low, urgent. I wasn't sure if I should show you this, but you deserve the truth. I frowned, sliding the papers out. What truth? Another rumor about Adrian? No, Daniel said sharply. Facts, documents, contracts, things your brother thought were buried. My eyes scanned the pages. Bank statements, legal threats, letters stamped with company seals. The words blurred, then sharpened like knives. I muttered. Blackmail threats against Elena's father's company debts. Leveraged. My throat tightened. He forced her. Daniel nodded grimly. Adrian told her if she didn't marry him, her father's business would be destroyed. Everything her family built would collapse. I shoved the papers back at him. No, that can't be. She chose him at the altar. She looked at me, she didn't choose. Daniel cut me off. She sacrificed herself. To save her father. Your brother made her his pawn. My chest felt like it was splitting open. So every time I thought she betrayed me, she was what? Protecting her family while I stood there like a fool? Daniel leaned closer. You weren't a fool. You were lied to, just like her. Adrian played you both. Slammed my fist against the table. All this time, I hated her. I cursed her name. And he was the devil pulling the strings. The weight of the papers burned in my hands. Elena's shaky letter echoed in my mind. If I could choose freely, it would always be you. I whispered, barely audible. She meant it. She wasn't lying. Daniel's eyes softened. Now you understand why she whispered your name when she collapsed. Anger surged through me. He destroyed both our lives. He humiliated me, chained her, and smiled while doing it. Daniel's jaw tightened. So what are you going to do with the truth? I stared down at the signatures, the threats, the undeniable proof of Adrian's cruelty. My hands shook with rage. I'll expose him. I'll tear down the Golden Sun's throne, brick by brick. Ow. Daniel smirked. That's the fire I wanted to hear. But beneath the fury, sorrow gnawed at me. I whispered, she suffered alone, thinking I would hate her forever. Daniel laid a hand on my shoulder. Then don't waste another second. Find her. Tell her you know. Let her see she's not alone anymore. My chest rose and fell with ragged breaths. And if Adrian tries to stop me? Daniel's grin turned cold. Then we stop him first. I shoved the folder into my bag, my resolve hardening with each breath. For the first time since the wedding, the fog cleared. It wasn't betrayal, it was extortion, manipulation, cruelty. As I stood, Daniel asked, so what's next? I looked him straight in the eye. Next. I show Alina she was never alone. And then I make Adrian pay for every scar he left on us. The fire roared in my veins again. But this time it wasn't blind, rigid. It was clarity sharpened into a blade. Adrian thought he had one. He thought his secrets would rot in silence. But I had the proof, and now I had purpose. I slammed the office door open, the folder clutched in my fist. You thought I'd never find out, didn't you? Adrian leaned back in his chair, calm as ever. Well, the forgotten brother finally grows a spine. I threw the papers onto his desk. Blackmail. Threats. You forced her into this? You ruined her life and mine? He glanced at the documents, then laughed. And do you think anyone will care? I'm Adrian the Golden Sun. You're nothing but my shadow. My blood boiled. You're a coward hiding behind power and lies. He smirked. She may love you, he said slowly, savoring each word, but she belongs to me. She always belonged to me. Before I realized it, my fist connected with his jaw. He stumbled back, crashing into the side of his desk. Adrian wiped the blood from his lip, grinning like a devil. There it is, the animal inside you. Finally, the door burst open. Alina rushed in, her eyes wide with horror. Stop, she cried, her voice breaking. Her tears cut through the air sharper than any blade. Please, both of you, stop this. I turned, chest heaving. Alina, tell me it's not true. Tell me he didn't force you. Her hands trembled. She looked between us, her face pale. It's not what you think. Don't lie for him, I snapped. I saw the proof. The threats, the contracts. He chained you here. Adrian stepped forward, clutching his jaw, smirk still intact. Go on, Alina. Tell him. Tell him how you chose me, her voice cracked. I never chose you, Adrian. Silence filled the room. My heart pounded. Elena's eyes locked on mine, raw and broken. I never stopped loving you, she whispered. The words pierced me deeper than any wound. My fists trembled at my sides. Then why did you let me believe you betrayed me? Tears spilled down her cheeks. Because if I told you the truth, Adrian would have destroyed my father's company. He would have ruined us all. I thought sacrificing myself was the only way. Adrian sneered. Pathetic. She still clings to you like some tragic love story. Wake up, brother. She's my wife now. I stepped closer to him, my voice low and dangerous. You can steal her vows, her name, even her freedom, but you'll never have her heart, Elena sobbed. Please don't do this. I can't watch you tear each other apart. My chest ached. Her words pulled me in two directions, toward her arms or away forever. I whispered, almost to myself, I don't know if I can forgive or if I should walk away. Her voice broke. If you walk away, you'll carry that doubt forever. Please don't hate me, Adrian chuckled, cruel and unshaken. Hate her, love her, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, she's mine. Shot him a glare sharp enough to cut glass. This isn't over, Adrian. You've taken everything from me once. You won't do it again. I turned toward the door, every muscle in my body trembling with rage and heartbreak. Elena reached out, her voice barely a breath. Please don't leave me in the dark. I froze, her words digging into me like claws. But I couldn't look back. Not yet. As I stepped out, I muttered under my breath, I'll end this. One way or another, I watched from the glass as Adrian paced in his conference room, phone buzzing like an alarm. Daniel whispered beside me, this is it. His deals are collapsing. It's about time, I said. He built his tower on lies. A partner stormed out, yelling to a reporter. He cooked the books. The news spread fast. Adrian's face drained. My father stood behind me, quiet. I never wanted to see this, he said. You wanted to believe him, I replied. You chose comfort over truth. He stared away. I was wrong. Adrian's empire fell faster than I imagined. Banks froze accounts, partners backed out, and headlines called him a fraud. People I hardly knew shook their heads in the street. I expected to feel relief. Instead, Elena's name kept chasing me. She looks broken, Mia told me when she came by. She's hollowed out. Is Adrian hurting her? I asked, not directly, she said. But he blames her. He yells. She hides. The thought of her kneeling at the altar and whispering my name felt like a ghost following me. I wanted his ruin to mean something noble. Seeing her suffer made it ugly. One evening in the lobby, found Elena sitting on a bench, rain soaking her dress from some earlier spill. She looked fragile, smaller than any memory. Elena, I said softly. She looked up, face wet. Don't. Let me help, I said. We can get you out of there, she laughed without humor. You think it's so simple? My family is ruined. Where would I go? You can stay with Mia, I urged. We'll sort it. You don't have to be with him. She wiped her eyes. You exposed him, she whispered. Now everyone blames us. They say, I used you to get out. They don't know anything. I know the truth, I said. He forced you. He blackmailed you. Her gaze dropped. I chose to protect my father. I thought it was the only way. Shouldn't have had to choose, I said. I'm sorry. She shook her head. Sorry won't fix it. People look at me like I'm a liar or a victim. Either way, it hurts. Her voice cracked. I'm tired of being both. Adrian's calls stopped for weeks, then resumed with a hollow voice. Once he confronted me in the hallway. You think you've won? He hissed. You think the world will forget the truth? I met him calm. No, I think your choices caught up to you. He spat and walked away, past whispers and stares. The golden sun was now the fallen man. When the reporters left, the victory felt empty. Daniel said, You did the right thing. Did I? I asked. He heard her. I wanted justice, not more pain. Daniel's grip tightened. You can't control every outcome. You exposed a criminal? That matters. But my sleep was haunted. Elena's suffering tasted like a bitter reward. I had wanted revenge to heal me, but it left questions instead. One night, Mia asked softly, What will you do now? I don't know, I admitted. I wanted him to fall. He did. Now, I must decide who I want to be. Then choose carefully, she said. Don't let his ruin make you cruel. I stared at the ceiling and made a promise. I will not let revenge make me lose myself. If I can help Elena, I will. If I can't, I will walk away without hatred. Karma had toppled Adrian. It did not fix everything. It left me with a choice: save her or let the wreckage define me. I chose purpose. She stood at my door, eyes swollen, hands trembling. "Alina," I whispered, my throat dry. Tears slid down her cheeks. "Please let me explain." I didn't move. "Explain what? That you stood at the altar with my brother? That you broke me in front of everyone?" Her voice cracked. "I never wanted him. I never stopped loving you." I clenched my fists. "Then why? Why let me drown while you held his hand?" She stepped closer. "Because he held my father's company in his fist. If I refused, everything would have been destroyed. I thought sacrificing myself was the only way." I turned my back. "So you chose silence over trust? You let me believe you were a traitor." "I was protecting you," she said desperately. "If you knew Adrian would have destroyed you too?" I laughed bitterly. "Destroyed me? He already did. I watched you vow yourself to him. Do you know what that felt like?" Her sobs filled the room. I collapsed because I couldn't bear it. My body gave out before my heart did. When I whispered your name, it was the only truth I had left. My chest tightened. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to. But scars pulsed inside me. "You're asking me to forgive a betrayal that shattered me?" She fell to her knees, clutching my hand. "I'm begging you not to let Adrian's poison decide our fate. Please, don't hate me." I closed my eyes. Memories tore through the laughter we once shared, the altar where I died inside, the letter that said it would always be me. I pulled my hand free. "How do I trust you again? Every time I close my eyes, I see you walking toward him." Her voice broke into fragments. "Because I've never loved anyone else. Because every day with him has been a prison. Because my heart has always been yours." I paced, fury and longing battling inside me. "You think love erases everything? The shame? The whispers? My own parents turned their backs on me because of what you did." She stood shakily. "Then let me fight for you. Let me carry the shame this time. Don't carry it alone anymore." My voice dropped. "What if I choose revenge instead? What if I let Adrian rot and let you vanish with him?" Her lips trembled. "Then I'll accept it. If punishment is what you need, I'll bear it." But I had to tell you the truth before it was too late. Silence pressed between us. Her tears glistened under the dim light. I saw not just betrayal, but desperation, sacrifice, and a love that refused to die. I whispered, "You broke me, Alina, and I'll spend the rest of my life mending you," she whispered back. My heart cracked open. Rage screamed one way, love pulled the other. I realized the war wasn't with her. It was with myself. Could I forgive? Could I trust again? Or would I let bitterness chain me forever? I stared into her eyes, seeing the same pain that lived inside me. For the first time, I understood. The choice wasn't about her or Adrian. It was about who I wanted to become, and the world seemed to hold its breath. Waiting for my answer, her voice cracked through the silence. "Fragile and trembling, my name," she whispered. "It's always been you." I froze. The same words I once longed to hear at the altar, spoken now in ruin. Adrian stood beside her, his mask shattered, his empire in ashes. I didn't look at him. "Alina," I muttered, my chest tight. "Why now? Why when everything's already broken?" She stepped forward. "Because I'm done being his prisoner. I can't breathe without you knowing the truth." Adrian sneered, his voice sharp. "Pathetic. Even now you cling to him? After everything I gave you?" I turned to him, my voice steady. "You didn't give. You stole. From me, from her, from everyone who trusted you." His jaw clenched. "And yet you're still the shadow. No matter what happens, you'll never be more than what I made you." I laughed bitterly. "You think you made me? You think betrayal defines me?" "No, Adrian. It defines you." Alina reached for me, tears streaking her face. "Please don't let his poison decide us. Don't let him win again." I pulled back. "You don't understand. This isn't about winning or losing anymore. It's It's about who I am now, her lips quivered. And who are you? I breathed slowly, feeling the weight of years lift. I'm someone who won't let betrayal chain me anymore, Adrian scoffed. So you'll just walk away? Cowardice, dressed as dignity. No. Strength dressed as survival. Silence thickened. Elena's sobs broke through it, raw and aching. If you walk away now, I'll lose you forever. My throat burned. You already did. The day you chose silence, the day you let me believe I wasn't enough. She shook her head. I never stopped loving you. Even when I stood beside him, it was your name in my heart. Her words cut deep, but I held steady. And yet, when I needed you most, your silence destroyed me. That doesn't vanish with a whisper, Adrian growled. Enough of this melodrama. Dud. But I barely heard him. Elena stepped closer, her voice breaking. If forgiveness isn't possible, then let me at least say it. I love you. I always will. The sound of my name leaving her lips again felt like both salvation and torment. My heart strained against the walls I built. I closed my eyes. Do you know what it does to me, hearing you say that now? After everything. Yes, she whispered. It's the only truth I have left to give. For a moment, I saw the girl I once loved, the laughter, the warmth, the promises whispered in the dark. And then I saw the altar, the betrayal, the silence that nearly ended me. I exhaled sharply. This ends here. Not with revenge, not with victory. With me walking away. Adrian barked a laugh. Run then. Keep running like you always have. I turned to him, my voice low and final. No, brother. I'm not running. I'm choosing. I've walked past them both. The weight of years falling behind me with each step. Behind me, her voice trembled. Calling my name once more. I didn't stop. I didn't turn. I chose myself. And yet, her broken whisper would forever haunt me, a ghost of love twisted by betrayal, but never fully killed.